get to carry on with some more War for America, and we have a little bit of more adjusting to do before we actually roll for the initiative. But just wanted to give a shout out. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. It's another football weekend. Did good yesterday. Got us even more house money. Didn't get into the 4 or 5 digit numbers. That's what you call it, a good weekend. But you need to get up within at least some of the winnings. It's kind of like golf on this fantasy sports. You don't really have to get first place to win. I think it pays down to like 1,000th place, and you still make money on that one. So, but we did all right. We're looking forward to more gaming this weekend, and maybe getting a little bit of work in, maybe more in the afternoon, evening after we get our stuff done. But having a great time with this game, getting into some really interesting parts of it. Gonna get hot and heavy. Like I said, we're gonna do some more adjusting on some of these strength points down here in New Hampshire and Massachusetts. You can see those two. We might want to split those up and cover more of these key areas, like right here. I don't think we need 2 in each of those ports. We could go ahead and maybe go for controlling Connecticut as a colony, and we already got control of which one was that? Over here. Oh, Virginia, I believe. Yeah, so we're going to have to add all those things up too before we start up. I just want to make a little note though. I'm over here in keeping with the American Revolution. We got a nice little game here. More of a puzzle game of hidden strike. There you go. Now we're kind of we definitely have too many irons in the fire. Man cave, war room section. When we get down here and try to, when things can get really easy and kick back, and I got a little bit more time. It's more busier than I'd like on my off season, but that is only going to happen for another week or two, and then I'm really kicking it back. But we're playing this game, having a good time at it too. So this is a great game. I think my girlfriend, I might try to incorporate in this game because it's more of a puzzle type game. You don't really have to be a history nut or a tactician, but it can give you a good little, maybe a history lesson. And they have all kinds of versions on this game too. So I'm gonna go back. I might have changed this game, but like I said, I was playing it when I had COVID, and I was putting it on the floor trying to maybe just do something when I should have been sitting in bed. But yeah, we're having a good time. Oh, another thing is, what I'm trying to really get to is we're just playing this game, but when this game comes off the table, we were thinking about investing in another game, but I'm going to take time in this 2 months or so that I have off, maybe 2.5 months. When we get done with this game, we're clearing off this table. We're buying us some hex paper, pretty big hex paper, and I am starting on my own war game. Yep, it's time to start. You know, like I said, we got plenty of room over here when we get done with War for America. But yeah, this is going to turn into my development table, and this might be, might be a few years or a couple of years in the process, but I'll get a lot of time. Believe me, there's so many. I got so much ideas banked up. I've been banking up on this game for so long, grabbing mechanics from all these games. It's going to be a Civil War game. I'm not letting anything out, but it's a great idea. I can't believe nobody has snatched on it. And it's got a great story behind it, and it comes off of probably the biggest battle of the Civil War, but it's not the biggest battle. I won't give away too much. All right, we'll be back. Okay, before we move on to the roll for initiative, we want to finish up on the make a little bit of adjustments on our raising of regular units in each colony, each region. On this one here, I want to make some adjustments. We put 2 of them in Northfield. We're going to split him up. We're going to put 1 in Northfield on that key spot, and another one on the other key spot of Springfield, leaving the only spot we have to take for control of Massachusetts, I guess, is Boston. There you go. Now this one down here in Connecticut, we put 2 strength points in each one. We're going to split them up, and we will do, this one, he's got some hanging chads. We'll be right back. Then so in Connecticut, we will do it more like this. East Hampton where's that at? See, here we go. I guess we'll call that New Jersey. East Hampton, I guess we'll call that New Jersey. Yeah, all right, so we'll do it like this. No big deal. We'll put the 2 here in Hartford in the key spot, and a 1 here in New London, and the other 1 here in New Haven. So there you go. That's how we'll do that. So now we have control of Connecticut as a colony. Not New Hampshire. Or do we have New Hampshire? Yeah, New Hampshire's only got 1 key. So it looks like we got New Hampshire also. Connecticut. We're Boston away from Massachusetts. New York, no. We still need Fort Stanwix. We could probably get that. But no, we don't. We're short. All right, let me see here. Maryland. We do have, or don't we have? Looks like we got Maryland. Oh no, Fort Cumberland is what we need for Maryland, so we don't have that yet. Virginia, we don't have because we don't have Norfolk. All right, well, that's cool. I think we got at least a couple of them up there, right in there. So that is it. Now we can roll for initiative. We'll be done with the strength point. So that is what you're going to want to do, strategy-wise, I believe. When you're raising those, when you get to raise those units in the spring of 1776, you'll get a bunch of them, and you'll want to cover up those little spots that the British bring on their what do you call it? Supplies. Now I do notice up here in Maine, but we couldn't get anybody up there. Who did you roll for in Maine? I'm not understanding that. Oh, it didn't have it on list. Let me make sure here. Oh, we rolled for everybody. New Hampshire. I don't see Maine anywhere. Rhode Island, New England. That's it. New Hampshire, Massachusetts. Is that? I'm thinking. Look at me. Tell me if I'm wrong here. New Hampshire. I don't know if you can see it, but here's the line for New Hampshire. Not that big. It's right here. What is this? This is nowhere. It's always. I guess it's outside of the purview of the 13 colonies. I'm not sure, but. We're kind of it's kind of messed us up a couple times with that Maine spot. Where is that? What is that? So, all right, we're gonna leave it as it is because it does not have Maine on here. So, I guess we can't get up north that far, but we really need to take care of these 2 spots because that's basically where they're bringing everybody in at. That's gonna mess up our strategy. It's choking off their lines of communication. All right, we'll deal with it. That is what it is in the game. And the Continental forces have sprung into action over the wintertime and now into the spring. I don't know how well trained they can be within a couple months. When you talk about ragtag, they have turned into what's called regular forces. And I guess now they all got some nice little uniforms. Feel more like regular soldiers. All right, we'll be back rolling for the really important initiative. This is really important on this roll because well, I don't know if it makes a difference with him forming that army. He can't do it till it's his initiative, so we're going to roll for the initiative die roll right now, get it on. Let's see who goes first. 1776. Oh, they made a statement. And the Colonials take the first lead. Move that there. That one over here. Colonials down to their action pulse. Find out what they want to do. I'll be looking this over for a while. When we come back, we will have the results. All right, then. Before we activate anybody, we're going to do a freebie. And play a card. We're going to pull out the Henry Dearborn leader counter. All right, so we played the old Henry Dearborn card, and we have placed him with 1 strength point. These little Continentals. He's a little tactical general, little tactical leader, embedded with the Army of the North. There you go. Now he moves around with that strength point, but we'll keep him embedded there in case, you know, there's losses suffered. We can absorb him with all these units here instead of taking out the leader, but there you go. That's the idea behind that. He will add a +1 to any attack. With our die roll modifier. We really need to get another general in there. With some, maybe that's what we'll end up doing. Is activating. They can't bring Washington in with them because he'll take charge of the army. He outranks them. That's why we had to leave them here. We really don't outrank them, but because they're both 3-star generals, I guess it'd be the one of your choice. And that's kind of a conundrum. It doesn't say that he can't take charge. It says any general can take charge of any army. So I logically would have put him in charge of the Army of the North, but he's got in there about that Washington's army. So Washington's army can't go into Canada. So we put Schuyler in charge. We need another general up in there. We have got to get another modifier. I don't know if the tactical general counts, or if we can embed another general in there with him. I think we will try to activate. Oh, we got a bunch of them up here. There you go. We'll be right back. All right, using up our action pulses, activating Lincoln. That says he can be placed on any stack, and that stack is also activated. So we don't know what we want to do with him here. Oh, we only got 1 strength point here. I think we're going to just go ahead and put him in here in the Army of the North with Schuyler. Actually, he's a better general. Oh, I guess it's my choice which one I want to be in charge. I think I'm going to demote Schuyler and bring in Lincoln. He's going to be in charge of the Army of the North now because he is a B general. Give me a better die roll. They both can add their whatever they want, but you know what? Schuyler's gonna have to stay in charge because he's got 1 more rank than Lincoln, and that rank depends on denotes how many units you can be in charge of. And I don't think a 2-star general. I think he probably can be in charge of that many strength points, but I know Schuyler can. So we're bringing on Lincoln, activating. Well, we won't activate. We're gonna sit tight. I know that really sucks. I know, but we're looking at a 1 to 2 attack there. We don't have the strength points yet, so that's what we'll end up doing. That will be the Colonial action pulse. Just bringing on Lincoln. I'm pretty sure that's all we can do right now. Let me see here. We got things moving around because this map is really getting on my nerves. It started getting almost off the table because I was adjusting it so much each way, but now we brought it on up. We got everything pretty well lined up, but yeah, I don't like putting tape on the actual map. I guess when I'm done, I'll just kind of like easy slice that off and you won't know it's there, but you almost need to tape it up. I did see, like I was saying, on Gilbert's games, he's got a clamp he puts on there. He kind of clamps his games down with his plexi, which is something I need to do, but I ain't got an edge here to clamp, so it is what it is. All right, there you go. That'll be it. Free movements are mostly have to do with the British units, unless we want to build a fortress or fort, but I want to use action points, and Marvel already used our action pulse, so now we can't do that. I think that's going to be it. It will now be the British action pulse, and there's going to be a lot going on in this one. We are excited to see how this game progresses. Not really caring who wins. We're just playing the mechanics and the best of our ability as to which side does what. All right, it is the British action pulse, 1776. Now, from now on, when the British move into a certain colony or something, when they start moving, the locals are going to get really pissed. And besides having these regular strength points, when the British start moving into new colonies or new areas, we have to roll for militias. Militias get all bent out of shape, or the locals get bent out of shape and start forming militias. So there'll be even more units coming on. There'll be a green militia unit, so that'll be triggered by any more movements of British units. The hornet's nest has been stirred. We'll be back. All right, sorry about that. A little game errata that I'm realizing now that I'm looking at this movement. We moved, what's his name, from down here, I think Wilmington. We had a loyalist movement. I think he rolled enough to move. I don't know if he used a free movement on that one or not, or if that was a movement using whenever you move this marker, to make a long story short, you have to roll, or you have to deduct 1 movement point for embarking. So whenever you move this counter down, I should put an embark movement. I'm going to do that. Hold on a second. All right, we're going to make us another little house marker. I don't think they gave me one of these in the game. I'll have to look, but yeah, 1776, and we will have the +1 embarking reminder. Then when you do move that down, it should have a +1 on it to embark. I think our little boy we put in Pemsicott. He couldn't move up more than 2 movement points anyway, so I think we're good on that one. But that's good. Or if we really wanted to do it right, I guess we could put him back here into Pemsicott, because he couldn't have moved. If he had his 2 movement points, that was 1, and that's 2, so he couldn't have moved the 2 over here. So that'll be a errata correctione. Not my fault. I'll blame the game designers. Compass. We won't blame Gilbert. We'll blame Compass for that one. Alrighty. We'll be back. We have yet to, what the hell have we done? We've been doing so much stuff around here. I come back and forth to this game in between, takes you don't see, but, what were we doing? We were moving that marker because, we were bringing forces on in. That's right. And we have to roll. I think I looked at the rules. We got to roll for each one of those because they're all going to different destinations. So the first one will be Cornwallis. Anything but a 1 on the die roll, and he makes it. Oh, we're going to put Cornwallis. It'll be the first question. Come on over here. Cornwallis. Oh, good general, too. Well, probably the best they got. Wow. Although he's only a 2-star. Well, let's see on this here real quick. Only 2-star. How many he can... Militia. Ethan Allen commands. Militia units only. Let me see here. Can attract or retreat before combat. And move up with the 10 strength points. All right, 10 strength point limit is 2 stars. We'll be back. We need to figure out strategy because we got more coming. The Germans will have to go to Quebec. We have some nice strength points there. We want to pre-position a leader to take charge of them and figure out our strategy, what we're going to do with them. Here's the British. We'll be right back. All right, we're going to take a break here, but before we do, we want to check out these colonies, the ones that the Colonials have just captured, and because I believe we will move the political will marker. Factors affecting the British political will. Capture 1 of the 13 colonies, goes 1 to the right, so that's if they capture, that's in their favor. It doesn't say anything about loss here. The only loss we incur a penalty for is Montreal, Quebec, loss of a force of at least 5 strength points, loss of Halifax. They're the only ones that make us go the wrong way. Capture 1 of 13 colonies. Moves us to the right. So that's what we need to do. I think we need to capture 1 of these colonies that they just took, because now factors affecting the political will of the colonist. Lost it there. Oh, don't have a capture of a colony. Capture of Washington. If I lose a colony as a colonial, goes down 1. Lost Philadelphia arrival. Starting, it doesn't say anything, so we don't get nothing for just getting those colonies we just got. But there is an incentive. Oh, sorry about that. How long's that been there? There's an incentive for the British player to take it back. So no incentive for us to gain any. There's an incentive if we lose to the British. That's about it. But no incentive for the colonists to get 1 back. But there is an incentive for the British. So therefore, it is a British turn. We cannot let them have Connecticut or New Hampshire. We can get those back and get that political will moving the right way. We're on 3 now, so that is probably going to be one of our goals of our forces. So Cornwallis, we have to pre-position someplace. I guess we could bring them in with maybe 1 of these fleets or something. Why not? We'll roll for each one. We'll roll for each group. All right, we're going to have to find out where we want to bring this force. The only thing now is let's roll for the Germans, because they're coming into Quebec. So we'll roll for them. Anything but a 1 gets in there. Oh, I was going to say, we've had that happen quite a couple times. Or, yeah, not quite a couple. Quite would be a few. We've had that happen a couple times. All right. And like I said, this is a 1 take operation, so we don't get to bleep out all of our mistakes vocabulary-wise. 5,
5CB. I like B Diesel, but he might not be able to control the type of forces. He might be only able to control the Germans. So let's put him in there. We'll find out what we do. But B Diesel comes in with 5 German reinforcements. Easy for me to do when I am stretched all over this board. Unfortunately, my push-me-pull-you does not stack. Just moves around so I can use it now. Oh yeah. Gets everybody in line. Oops. It's my sergeant. Or it was. We'll be right back. All right, there you go. The Germans have arrived. Oh, man. Colonials couldn't make it. I don't think that's going to be within our reach. And they already got that pretty well beast up. Another thing I wanted to notice with that little stack fall there is we were all excited about getting Clinton on into Montreal for that army formation. Oh, that's, as a matter of fact, that's probably what we need to do right now is form that army. But Howe's in there. He's outranks him. He just got promoted. So that was kind of, I don't know if we knew that when we wanted to move Clinton in there. Time to form an army. We'll be right back. Well, let's form the army first. We should have did that first. We'll be right back. All right, then we have us an Army of the North formed in Montreal with all the reinforcements that are poured in before we could take over the city. Good work by the British. And there you go. That is what it consists of. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you met the criteria. You know, Howe is taking charge versus across from this guy there with Lincoln. Also with 4, 5, 6, 7. And we got us a tactical leader. Things are getting interesting in this game. All right, that will be... we're not done. We still got to bring units in. We have not used our activation pulse yet. We just got the armies forming on up. Find out what we want to do with Cornwallis and the rest of the British forces. Our goal is going to have to be two-pronged, I guess. Do we use all of our forces to rescue our units up here? Colonials aren't going to take anything, I don't think. We might want to just concentrate on getting making a landing here and disrupting the formation or the control of these colonies by the Colonials. We'll be back. Another beautiful day. What did I say? Yeah, another beautiful day in the Corps. We're housebound yesterday. I don't know if you've seen that video on YouTube of that fire truck turning around, going down the street. That happened in my city, right down the street. So yeah, we just got hit with a ice storm. Beautiful girlfriend was home yesterday, so we made it a nice little family day with the doggy dog. But it's all temperatures have gone up. It's going to be a wet winter. It looks like we got a lot of rain coming in. I would rather it be snow, but I don't have to get out of it. It's good to be off during the winter. So there you go. We're home alone. You know what that means. We get to get back to some more gaming. Be right back. All right, then. Down here in the war room section of Man Cave, it's almost all tables. It's all tables down here. I seen Gary on Ardwell's Lair just finished his table project. It's going to be next on our agenda, I think. But we're just down here with the Revolutionary War theme going on. A couple games. Playing this game here, I might have shortchanged it when I had COVID. Kind of set it up when I was feeling kind of sick to my stomach and it didn't end well. So, but we're enjoying the heck out of it. Ain't too bad. I don't know how long we're gonna be playing it because look what made its way over to the table. My war game that I'm working on, and I have been had all these ideas in my head for about at least 2-3 years. Now I'm gonna put ideas to paper. And the ideas are just pouring on out. Oh my God. I got a headache. I mean, once I start, I can't stop. I won't show you too much. Like I said, there's a Civil War game, but we got pages and pages of ideas here. I mean, and the thing of it is, once I start flowing out, this becomes addicting. Oh, I think I might like designing it better than playing them. Oh, it's great. I mean, you got to start with your counters and just your your general theme. But like I said, I've been putting this together in my head for the last couple of years, getting ideas here and there.
but it's coming along real good. I really want to start playing. I got so many ideas in my head. I think I could have this game done in 2 days. When I first started, I thought maybe it might take years. No, this thing's gonna be done real quick. This is gonna be, and I don't want to rush it. I want it to be a good game. So once we get it done, we're gonna play test it and all other stuff like that. But it's got a great theme. I'm all excited about how it turns out. I mean, we're just scratching the surface. One of the big stumbling blocks I have right now is finding me some hexagon paper. We were at the local hobby stores yesterday, taking advantage of my girlfriend being on work with me, and I couldn't find no hex paper. Now she, of course, says, well, what difference does it make? Like I said, I thought about making it an area movement map, but this idea has been in my head, and it's gonna have to be hex paper. But we couldn't find anything that was long sheets. Now I did find it online where it's in like notebook sizes, and they say the edges all line up against each other. So what we'll probably have to do is have like 5 or 6. It depends on how, but which is kind of cool because I could decide how big I want to make my map. But we couldn't find us one big old sheet of paper. And I've even been to Mini Market and at my local one, they say you might have to do it online. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, it's all preliminary. Getting the hex paper is the first thing, and I think other than that, we have to find out the order of battle. I want to get the strength of the units right, and I don't know how you do that. So that's kind of a big, I might have to get a hold of a designer and find out how you incorporate, find out what the units that are in the battle, how you give them the strength. So it's something we're working on. Like I said, it's my first game, so we're all checking this on out. But other than that, the ideas are going really good. Let's get back here with some War for America. And we are on the British Impulse. And we brought our units on here into Quebec. German units on the map. And now we're bringing units in from Britain. So the strategy we decided on was, I've been sitting down here messing with it, but sometimes I have to put everything on hold because I kind of want to record a video, is where to land these troops at. Now you cannot have an amphibious attack coming from Europe. You have to start at a port here, I guess, logistically wise, and then go to another one if you want to do an amphibious attack. So coming on in for Europe, you can't land on a spot that's occupied. Oh, we looked them on over. The first group is going to come in. First of all, Cornwallis is going to roll. See if he can make it there. Anything but a 1 gets him in there. All right, so Cornwallis is going to come in at Barnes Stable. Little port right there, right next. We want to roll for that somebody's fleet, and he has 3 strength points. Ooh, now he might come in a different spot, but let's roll for him anyway. Anything but no way. That is a British are getting killed with that. All right, hold on. Let's go over here. If I could get you guys to see this, because I'm always working through my view. I need to start checking out the camera. But there they go. They're going to be stuck. There. Now the last group is with the general. I'm not sure who that is. I cannot see it on my glasses. Zoom feature, see if it goes down there. Fraser? Alright, looks like maybe something like that. Old Fraser. Alright, let me see. We want him to come in somewhere different. Let's just roll. Anything but a 1. Ooh, bad weather. North Atlantic. Oh, he barely makes it. So he'll be passing his old buddies on up. And we're going to take old Fraser over here to Philadelphia. We better bring him in. Barnstable. Give that leader. Give him a better leader. Here you go. This is Fraser. There you go. Better leader. So he'll come in there too. At Barnstable, we'll have 2 leaders and a 5 strength point British unit. So the British have landed. Ain't coming up here to rescue these guys. I think they're on their own. But like I said, we got some. It's a tough nut to crack up north, Quebec and Montreal. I don't know if we'll do it. We'll let the Colonials worry about that. But we're bringing them coming on down here. This forming of colonies is out of the question. Time to corral the rabble with extreme prejudice. That will be their free move. We have an action impulse coming. We'll be right back.
Okay, then Cornwallis landing at Barnstable. There you go. Now he will get an extra movement when he lands there, but this is not 1775. This is 1776, and the Colonial's a little bit more organized and ready to go. You can see here, British have definitely poked at the old hornet's nest, and we're not done. As soon as Cornwallis and company land at Barnstable, we have what's called a regional triggering of militia units, and that region will be New England. Alright, you can see I've already put that marker on there, moved it in there, and it's just like the Loyalist. We move the marker in there, and now we will be rolling for militia units. So we'll be forming up in response to the landing of the British. So that will be the New England region. We'll look down here. In New England, you can roll for each colony within the region. So first one we'll be doing is Massachusetts. Alright. So Massachusetts will have a potential to have 6 militia units put in there. Wow. Alright. Loyalist and militia mustering. So this is the result, will be the number of these units you can have in there. Now, the only problem we have with this is if you roll a 1, alright, you get 0 of each. If you roll a 2 or 3, you only get half of the loyalist, so I guess you get the full number of militia. 1/2 loyalist. It doesn't tell you though. It tells you here 4 and 6 you get full strength points of both, but only 1/2 of the loyalist. So I guess you only get half a loyalist on a 2 and 3, but full strength of the militia. Oh man, what does that mean? I'm not sure. So if I roll 1, I get none of either. 2 or 3, I get half loyalist. So 1/2 loyalist. So I think we're going to give them, I guess we're giving full strength to militia on anything from a 2 to 6. There you go. That's the way we'll interpret that. So the first one, I could be wrong. If anybody watches, let me know. But first we'll be going for Massachusetts, and they'll be going for a 6. Rolling the Colonial die. Looking for anything but a 1, I guess. Let's see what we got here. He gets a 3. That's the one we got a problem with. Alright, so we'll give him 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of strength points, but hey, that is the way we're interpreting it. Let me see if we want to put these guys in Massachusetts. Now I gotta make sure I get all this right. I believe Barnstable has landed in Massachusetts. There you go. So we will see what we can do about countering him. Rhode Island is a spot we need him on, but we will, let's see where I want to put him. We have, where's Barnstable? Is he a key spot? No. So we have the colony. Oh no, we don't have Massachusetts as a colony because it's Boston. So we're just going to figure out what we're going to do with our 6 militia strength points in Massachusetts. Be right back. We'll put 4 in Springfield to counter any move coming from the invading army. 1 in Worcester to beef up our own strength point in the fort. And 1 will go in Northfield in our other key spot. Realizing we have units next to us. It's probably a magazine. Oh yeah, magazines. There you go. That'll take care of the 6 in Massachusetts. New Hampshire has a potential for 6. We will roll on that one too. Anything but a low number. And they get full militia. 5 full strength points of militia of both. In New Hampshire, another 6. Let's see what I want to do with the strength points going into New Hampshire. Very interesting. Be right back. All right, New Hampshire's regional deployment of militia. We'll put 2 in Portsmouth to build up that little port there, and 4 will go in Norwich to help out with all the troubles we're having up there and around what is it? Quebec, Montreal. Now, whether these guys can leave, they probably can't leave their region. So that's another thing. I think militia can leave their colony, but they can't leave their region. So those boys are probably in there for defensive purposes in Norwich, unable to cross the border. But that is what it is. That's what we'll do with New Hampshire. Next is Rhode Island. Rhode Island, easy for me to say. And the only spot on Rhode Island is Newport, which is right next to our spot with Cornwallis. This is important. Militia call up. How will Rhode Island respond? Their maximum can be 4. How many of them will they get? Anything but a low number, I guess. Come on, Rhode Island. Oh, I got a 3. So we're interpreting that as full. There would only be half for loyalists. So full for Rhode Island is 4. We will put all 4 in Newport. And that definitely blunts old Cornwallis, who landed and found out that the locals have gathered in Newport. It's a nice concept. I like that. My game's going to have activations too. I'm borrowing stuff from all kinds of games, but we'll be rolling for it. But it'll be a different roll. Instead of it being it'll be an initiative roll, but in my game it's going to be what's called a recon roll. The Union player will be rolling for his recon, and the Confederate player will be rolling his die to counter it. And his die will be representing deceptions and bad orders from the general. But anyway, I won't get into it. Let me see here. That is what we were up to. We got to Rhode Island. Now we're rolling for Connecticut, which has another big maximum of 6. We'll call this a video as soon as we're done here. Ooh, rolling for Connecticut. What's their esprit de corps? There's a 3. We have determined that's going to be full for Connecticut. So let me get their 6 militia for Connecticut. Be right back. All right, 6 freshly clipped units. That's one thing. I need a clipper. I use this. But old Gary, he's got a regular clipper. I guess it's a machine that does that. I'm not sure, but he clips the heck out of them on his counter clipping show. I got to bring a vacuum cleaner, excuse me, because I've been cleaning the heck out or clipping the heck out of these. We get ourselves a little pile here. So as a matter of fact, when we call this a video, I got chores to do. I got to walk dogs, vacuum carpet. Life will take over after that, but we're going to finish this on up with our 6 militia for Connecticut. And that's right here. And they're big time in the path of the invading army. So we put 2 in New London. Let's do it this way. Let's put 4 in New London. There you go. That'll thwart them. And another one in our key port spot, of course. You want to beef that up with the realization that there's more units there. So there you go. That'll be it for the New England militia. What is that called? Oh, I'll be right back. Regional triggering. All right, where are we at in the game? Old Cornwallis has landed. He gets to move 1 strength or 1 movement point if he does. So after you move, you get 1 movement point. Now in the rules it says after you land, you get 1 movement point, which he can do. Now he's got it up against him though. And he only has, he's got 5. This would be real interesting to see what he does. Let's call this a video before it gets too long. We are definitely reinforced. The militias come through. It's a whole different game. And I think it kind of favors the Colonials getting some good strength points in there with that regional triggering. But New England has been triggered and filled with its militias. We'll be back on in a video. Having a great time. Got to walk the dog, take care of life. But when we get a chance to play War for America again, we'll be starting a new video. I'll be back.